All right, what's poppin' YouTube? It is DilanTheBudtender back with another video, and today, as you guys can see the title, we're gonna be talking about something very, very, very different. Before we even start, wanted to give a brief apology for the lack in uploads. It's been like 2 or 3 months, to be honest. Yes, next year will be better. Moving on. So the title of the video is a bit misleading, on purpose. I have not entirely stopped smoking. I'm down. I used to smoke maybe five or six half-gram bowls a day. Now I'm down to maybe three a week. Um, but how did we get here? So a brief background on how cannabis came into my life. I smoked for the first time when I was 16. I was a sophomore in high school. Went to prom with a friend, and yeah, a bunch of my close friends were smoking weed, and I had no interest in it, but I had no not interest in it. So I was never gonna go out and look for it, but it being there was not like, oh, like this is so, we went and we got fried, and it was absolutely incredible. One of the best experiences of my life. I did not continue smoking, however, because I got into a whole lot of trouble for it, and those repercussions stayed with me for years. So I smoked my second time at a concert in Boston when I was a senior in high school, and then it was those two times were my only two times in high school. Got to college, and as y'all can are as y'all know, like as soon as you get to school, it's just weed is everywhere. Like it's everywhere. It's impossible to get away from. And I got really into it. So into it that I actually spent all of English 101 writing and learning about cannabis. So I did research on terpenes and like cannabinoids and like cannabis law and how we're able to take payments and how money works and plants and things like that. And I spent my year writing about this stuff, and I was like, this is fascinating. Like, I'm going to take this knowledge with me forever. Upon finishing school, I realized, okay, my industry is dead right now. The degree I got is not going to help me right now. What can I do? That's something I still enjoy. So right out of college, I started walking dogs for a little bit. That was really goofy. Met a lot of very interesting people that way. Um, but then a few months into that, I was like, okay, not everything is closed. There are some things that are still open, not in my industry, but in others. So I looked around, and I was like, oh, wait, how cool would it be to work at a medical dispensary and like sling weed? And so fast forward to now, and I've been at Remedy I started in July of last year. So it's been a bit over a year and a half now. Um, and it's been one of the coolest decisions I've ever made. So, if this has been so awesome, why am I stopping smoking? All right, so a little background on how I ended up getting my medical card. So it's in the title, so y'all are gonna see it, but trigger warning, content warning coming. If you don't want to hear it, skip. I'll figure out where you can skip to, and I'll put that right here. I think if that's how I think it works. Um, but for the last, how old am I? I'm 24. I'm turning 25 in a few days. From about 14 to 22, I did not have a metabolism. Um, very early on in high school, like very early, like I'm talking like first semester freshman year type of thing. I I started getting into some really, really, really not great habits, that had a lot to do with just like my personal view of myself, like those kinds of things, the kinds of things that are very important at that time, high school, middle school, figuring out. Um, and it was really bad. I was monitoring everything I ate. I was making sure that I didn't eat above 500 calories a day. There would be some weeks that I would eat 4 times in the week, and then the other 3 days I wouldn't eat anything. Um, and it got to the point that it was so bad that my entire metabolism just went. Even I think maybe 2 years ago, I was like, okay, like this thing that you have been doing for so long is not actually real, and you can stop now. And upon this realization of this awareness, I was not able to immediately start eating the way I had when I was younger. And I struggled. Like the last 2 years have been almost like, honestly, the last 2 years have been harder than those first like 4 or 5, because it's so easy to tell yourself, I don't need this. A lot of times it is really, really easy to make that happen. And it was so easy for me. It was so like so easy for me to just say, I'm just not gonna eat today because I don't need to. I stopped getting hungry. Like even today I still have that sometimes. Year and a half into having my medical card, and it is essentially a non-existent issue anymore for me. If I am high, I'm very likely hungry. If I'm high, I'm very, very likely hungry. And I am at that point now that if I want to eat something, I'm not saying shit about it because I told myself this a year ago. I was like, you just lost 7 years of food. You have to get it back now. So I can't say I'm perfect now, like there are still days if I have a busy day and I haven't eaten, my body and my mind won't register that I'm hungry, and I'll just be like, why am I so tired? Like why am I just tired? Why do I have a headache? Why am I so cranky? Um I still that's the one thing. I still don't really get hungry unless I'm high. I'll take it. So that was the first major issue that cannabis has solved for me. The second major issue, and this is also now going to tie into why I'm stopping, but a few years before all of the eating scary disorder stuff happened, I was just not in a good place just as like a human. Like, middle school, I was really young, like 11 or 12 years old, 13 years old. And my mom and I started looking for like therapy, like a counselor type of thing for me. And I was really blessed. After a few tries, I was able to find someone that I actually worked with for almost 7 years. I was with the same guy for almost 7 years. This man, like once a week, I would go and I would talk to this man. And that definitely, for sure, while I was doing it, saved my life. But at some point along the way, I ended up getting prescribed our good buddy Lexapro. And for months and months and months, I was like, it's not doing anything. This isn't doing anything. Like, and we would up the dose. I started at 5 milligrams. I ended up, I think, I can't remember. It was above 20 though, was when we finished. I think I was getting close to like 40 milligrams. And I was just like, this isn't doing anything to my symptoms. Like, I'm happy some days, but I think that's just me being happy some days. And so the very last time that we upped the dosage, it actually it just didn't work. I actually ended up taking a leave from school. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get up. I couldn't go to any of my classes. I couldn't do anything. It was terrible. I wasn't even smoking weed anymore. I wasn't drinking. I couldn't do anything. And I came home and I was like, I can't keep taking this. We have to stop this for now, and like eventually we'll find another option, but right now this doesn't work. So I went home, and while I was there, I did a lot of pondering and thinking, and I, I was terrified for a few months while I was home for that semester. I was like, holy fuck, like I'm not going to finish. Like this is what I've been so afraid of just my whole, just like, what if you don't finish? What if you don't finish? What if you don't finish? The semester ended, and the break happened. And when the break ended, I just kind of looked up and I said, you know what? regardless of how happy you are about it, you have to do this because this, like, there's too much money, there's too much, a lot of things riding on this. So I went, I finished, I got my degree, I graduated a semester late. Technically, I finished in December of 2020, so same graduating year, just one semester late. Um, and upon getting my medical card, I realized, oh wow, if I smoke the right thing at the right time, I'm not sad. And it works so much of the time. It works. Obviously, it's not perfect. As I'm sure you guys know, no medication is perfect. Um, and so, yeah, just two really big issues that were solved for me by this plant. But along with solving two of my really big issues, it also created some issues for me. For those of you that know me more closely, I got my degree in voice performance. I'm actually a trained singer. I have been training and studying voice with various teachers, masters, whatever you want to call them, for the better part of 10 years now. And while I was at school, I kind of denied it. I think I was doing so well in terms of like how much I was learning. I was like, oh, this isn't. I can just push past through the symptoms that I'm getting that are affecting my singing and making it much harder for me. Now that 2023 is about to roll around and I have decided for myself, okay, I actually do want to perform again, even though I didn't for about 2 years. I wanted nothing to do with performing ever again. Finishing, like, the university had left such an awful stain in my mouth. I was like, I need space from this. I can't do this. Is not a world I want. But it is again. And I realized that if I want to be at the top of my game, if I want to be winning these competitions and making and like winning these roles and performing in these venues that I want, I have to be at 100% because the market is insane and there are so many really incredible, really, really talented singers out there, many of which I've worked with. And I have to be at the top of my game because I cannot smoke the way I was and follow the dream, this performing dream. And it took some time. I really said, okay, but look, like what if I only smoke one bowl a day? Like what if it's only a nighttime smoke? And I've tried so many different things. I've tried smoking only one time a day. I've tried smoking every other day, and it doesn't work. And I have come to terms with it. And I'm about to take, well, I shouldn't say about to take. I have been on for about not a month yet, maybe 3 weeks. I've been on this really incredible journey that I have been essentially using, mostly edibles, RSO, terp sap. I want to get into tinctures, would love to chat with someone about that. I've never tried a cannabis tincture. And so all of this, all this exploration has led me here. And I want to open this conversation to other people because there are so many people out there that are in the same boat as me, whether it is a job, like my case, whether it is, a job, whether it is a passion or a dream, whether it is a health need, which I guess is also for me. Like too many health issues it gives me. Whatever it might be, there are so many people that are in this position that they can't smoke. And not enough gets said about that. Not enough gets said about the differences between edibles versus inhaled cannabis because the effects are not the same, y'all. Don't care what anyone tells you. The effects are not even remotely the same. And I'm excited to dive into that. I'm excited to explore. There will be I have to do it. But there will be a series coming next year where I'm going to really explore just like how many methods of consumption are there without smoking. This has been a thick video. It's been a heavy one. If y'all have any issues at all in your lives with smoking, with mental health, physical health, whatever it is, cannabis related or not, shoot me a message, reach out, like let's chat about it. There is so many options, so many things we have nowadays that we can take, that we can use, that can better our health, and I just want to have that discussion with as many people as I can. Like, if I'm doing it for myself, there's no reason that I can't help others along the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very different video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. In the same vein as this video, the cookies videos will be continuing. I actually have a bag of London Pound Cake 75 sitting right here next to me that I'm going to light up in about 45 seconds to do a review for the Culta. But other than that, you guys are going to be seeing more videos like this. You're going to be seeing more videos, more cookies videos. Hopefully I'll be getting some features on next year. Life is busy. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys staying with me through this journey. And I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, wait. Before I peace, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I think Kwanzaa also happens now. I apologize if I missed a holiday. But with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.